TSM Daequan was a pioneer streamer and was at one time a world record holder, but as his struggle with mental illness got worse, he eventually disappeared. Daequan first started streaming Fortnite when it came out and was quickly climbing the ladder as the guy who would dominate solo squads. As he was streaming, he once accidentally left the option to autofill his squad on, and by chance got paired with another big streamer named Dakotas was another up and coming streamer at the time, and even though he had a bigger platform than Daequan, that didn't stop him from learning a few things from the smaller guy.
I got 16 kills, he had a ton. We slayed out, so I was like, dang, this guy, he taught me, like, he was doing crazy pyramid strats. I remember it, man.
And since Daequan was so good, Dakotas ended up inviting him to his first ever tournament. Daequan showed up big at the event, which gave him more exposure and allowed him to get recognized as one of the best in the game, and also credited him for being the first ever to use the double pump strategy.
For being the founder of the double pump strategy.
He was the originator of the double pump. Like, nobody was rocking double pump at that point. Daequan literally came in and just double pumped everyone to oblivion.
Daequan kept getting more and more popular, and after only 4 months of his streaming, he would break the world record of getting 40 eliminations in a single solo squad, thus becoming one of the best in the world, but would then start streaming with high profile players like Ninja and even Pokimane, eventually becoming a member of TSM with Myth. Things were going great for Daequan, and in August 2018, he peaked with over 60 million views on his channel within 1 month. And since Daequan was now a certified streamer and was becoming comfortable with his fan base, he would start opening up more to them on lives, which led to some disturbing news about his past.
And then I got extremely sick, bro. Like, I got extremely sick. I was sick for 3.5 years. Like, very, very, very sick.
In that same month that he hit a record amount of views, Daequan would upload a stream where he talked about his battle with mental and physical health throughout his life. He spoke about how he had an illness that would cause intense stomach pain, but that no doctor could tell him what it was.
At all times, it just felt like I was being stabbed in my stomach. I had been to so many different doctors, so many different specialists, and like nobody could tell me what was wrong with me, right?
The pain was so intense and constant that for 3.5 years, Daequan could only sit in his room and try not to pass out from it. Of course, this led to severe depression as he could no longer do anything that he wanted to do and was in constant agony. Fans, of course, asked more questions about what happened in the end and how he managed to treat it, but to their surprise, he told them that he never actually was able to cure it and that it would just eventually go away. But the thing about unsolved illnesses are that they tend to come back, and that is exactly what happened when in 2019, Daequan tweeted that he was once again experiencing constant stomach pain, saying that he was trying to figure out what was going on, but that he would have to take a break. For the rest of 2019, Daequan would only send updates through tweets, and though he would constantly say that he was getting to a better place and that he would be back soon, there wasn't any change that would back up these claims on his platforms. Fans speculated that he was no longer going to come back until he finally posted a video telling them where he'd been and how it'd been rough for him.
I lost my grandma on both my mom and dad's sides. I lost one of my favorite aunts, bro. 2 more of my friends passed away from gun violence that we had all escaped before, you know?
He also updated his fans that his girlfriend had E. coli that ended up developing into something much worse, and now both of them have unknown illnesses that doctors have no idea how to treat. The constant physical and mental pain he was going through resulted in him taking a longer pause for the rest of 2019, but he promised his fans he would be back in January of 2020, but as January came and went, he only posted 1 video in January, then in February, but then went on to disappear again. He finally posted in 2022 saying that he no longer enjoyed the game and cannot do it anymore.
It's been 6-year dream that turned into nothing but agitation, depression, irritation, annoyance, and ultimately depression.
Since that post, he has not been back or uploaded anything, but once again promised a possible return. But if you missed double pumps,